Lebanese identity card. The Lebanese identity card Arabic, bițāqat al-hawiya bițāqat al-hawiya, French, Carte nationale d'identité is a compulsory identity document issued to citizens of the Republic of Lebanon by the police on behalf of the Lebanese Ministry of Interior or in Lebanese embassies/consulates abroad for. It is proof of identity, citizenship and residence of the Lebanese citizens. The Lebanese identity card may be used to verify identity and nationality, having the same effect as a valid Lebanese passport, and may also be used as a travel document within Syria and Jordan in lieu of a Lebanese passport. In domestic non-electronic identification, the driving license has remained in a leading position. A driving license is valid for almost every situation where non-electronic personal identification is needed, even though they are not officially recognized as such. Legal status. The Republic of Lebanon's identity card is the main form of identification on the territory of the Republic of Lebanon. All Lebanese are obliged by law to carry their identity cards with them at all times and are subject to fines should they not. According to the Lebanese obligation of identification, it is compulsory for all Lebanese citizens habitually resident in the Republic of Lebanon, aged 15 or older, to possess either an identity card or a passport, noting that the earlier offers no benefits compared to the passport with the exception of being easier to carry in a wallet or a handbag. It enables bearers to log into certain services on the Internet, local computers, or add digital signatures into LibreOffice ODF documents or create DigiDoc formatted containers that also allows encryption during content transfer. While police officers and some other officials have a right to demand to see one of these documents, the law does not state that one is obliged to submit the document at that very moment. Use within the Republic of Lebanon. Use as a travel document. Lebanese citizens who possess a Lebanese identity card have been able to use it as an international travel document in lieu of a Lebanese passport for travel to the following countries and territories: Syria, Jordan. Issuing procedure. In order to be issued an identity card, one needs to fill in a form which should be taken to the identity documents and passport regime units within the district police stations. The forms could be obtained at all district police stations. When applying the name, gender, date, and place of birth, first-time appliers must also provide a valid birth certificate. It is possible for a person to apply for a renewal of the ID card. There are, however, limitations. If you apply via a representative, you must receive the new ID yourself. Vice versa, if you applied yourself, then an authorized representative may receive your ID. This does not apply to applying for passports, as fingerprints must be taken. The Lebanese identity card is issued free of charge for all the Lebanese citizens. However, a monetary tax is paid for the issuing of the identity card. The price depends on the selected type of issuing, which is basically the time needed for the card to be issued. The prices are listed in district police stations. The standard time for issuing a Lebanese identity card is 5 working days. The Ministry of Interior has provided an e-service and a smart app that allows you to check whether your ID card is ready. Document requirements. Identity card application form, obtained from government offices or can be downloaded from their website. Old identity card, if applicable, regardless of expiry date. Lebanese passport. Arabic, JWZ SFR French, Passeport Lebanese only applicable if applying through one of the Lebanese embassies/consulates abroad. Individual and family status records. Arabic, KHRJ Elkid LFRDYWL French, Actus Defit individuals at family aux, whose date of issuance does not exceed 3 months. An original or a certified copy of birth certificate. Criminal record status Arabic, WRQ at an LHKMLE French, Edification judiciaire, Two recent photos. Size 4.3 x 3.5 cm authenticated by a mukhtar. 5 official stamps Arabic, TWBR Smayat French, timbres officiels, costing 1,000 Lebanese pounds each. Fingerprints and all biometric data is collected at the application centers. Fingerprint data is not collected from minors aged 12 and under. Professional certificate or degree for stating the profession in the identity card. Current version. The current version is in IDUN format and biometric. All 10 fingerprints and palm prints of the holder are taken, which is stored in paper files and which can only be accessed by a judge in closely defined circumstances. A central database duplicates the information on the card, but strict laws limit access to the information and prevent it being linked to other databases or records. Older ID cards, written in Arabic characters only, are still valid and of equal value, provided that less than 15 years have passed since the issue date. Military staff, as well as personnel of the police, fire brigade, Coast Guard, and intelligence services, carry special ID until retiring or exiting their services. Physical appearance. The current ID card is an ID-1 credit card-sized plastic card with an embedded RFID chip to store bearer's name, gender, date and place of birth, and a digital image of their face, 10 fingerprints, palm prints, an electronic signature in a JPG 2000 format, and a 2.86 megabyte optical stripe. All the information that is stated in the Lebanese passport is included in the Lebanese identity card and is given in Arabic, French, and English. Front side. The front side features the Lebanese cedar and the words LJMHRI at LLBNNY@/Republique Libanaise/Republic of Lebanon BTQ at LHWY @/Carte d'identité/ID. Photograph of the holder digital image printed on page. Card number 12 alphanumeric digits. Birth name only if differing from current surname. Given names. Sex. Surname. Father's first name. Mother's first name. Place of birth only the city/town of birth, no country. Date of birth DD, Height in meters. Authority. Date of expiry DD/mm/EI. Signature of holder visible images. Lebanese flag. Lebanese's cedar to the right left corner. Republic of Lebanon's coat of arms to the right top corner. Ghost portrait of card holder. Main portrait of image of card holder. Map of the Republic of Lebanon. Rear side. It contains the following information. Gender. Blood type. Color of eyes. Marital status. Date of issue DD/MM/EI. Hometown and district. Machine readable zone. The format of the first row is. The format of the second row is. To check digit calculations, first, convert any non-numeric characters into numbers. Letters are assigned values alphabetically from 10 to 35 equals 10, Z equals 35 is 0. Second, multiply each number by a weighting value. This is a repeating pattern of 731. For example, the first number is multiplied by 7, the second number by 3, the third by 1, the fourth by 7, the fifth by 3, etc. Now, sum the products to obtain a single number. Finally, divide the number by 10 and the remainder is your check digit. This is known as a modulo 10 calculation. Chip. The Republic of Lebanon ID cards contain an ISO 18000-3 and ISO 14443 compatible 13.56 MHz RFID chip that uses the ISO 7816 protocols. The chip stores the bearer's name, gender, date, and place of birth. In addition, the new ID card can be used for online authentication, e.g., for age verification or for e-government applications. An electronic signature, provided by a private company, can also be stored on the chip. The document number, the photo, and the fingerprints can supposedly be read only by law enforcement in the Republic of Lebanon and law enforcement agencies and some other authorities. All ID card agencies have been supplied with reading devices that have been certified by the Lebanese National Office for Information Security. Agency staff can use these modules to display all of the personal data stored on the chip, including the digital passport photo and, where applicable, the stored fingerprints. To use the online authentication function, the holder needs a 6-digit decimal PIN. If the holder types in the wrong PIN, he has to type in the 12-digit decimal access code given on the ID card. If the wrong PIN is used 3 times, a PUK must be used to unlock the chip. The data on the chip are protected by basic access control and extended access control. Fines. All Lebanese citizens habitually resident in the Republic of Lebanon and aged 15 or above are obliged by the Lebanese law to apply for a Lebanese identity card, whilst it is optional for those under 15 or those who are residing abroad. Persons over the age of 15 and who do not have a valid ID can pay a fine from 300,000 up to 500,000 Lebanese pounds. Failure to show a valid ID to a police officer in a public place can result in a fine of 20,000 Lebanese pounds. Removal of religion. Even though non-religion is not recognized by the Republic of Lebanon, on May 8, 2009, Minister of Interior Said Baroud, on behalf of the Lebanese Ministry of Interior, announced that the mandatory inclusion of religion on identity cards was contrary to law for the protection of personal data. The State Council of the Republic of Lebanon decided that the mandatory indication of religious affiliation on identity cards is not legal, and also opposed to the optional reference to religion following the signature of the bearer at the bottom left corner of the Lebanese identity card.